Hi, my name is Kaleah, and I'm the founder of Narcissism Free, a website resource for people who are suffering the disabling effects of narcissistic abuse. I began my research in narcissistic personality disorder in the year 2000 after ending my relationship with a man who I believed to be my soulmate. It led to a complete emotional breakdown. I saw a psychologist who told me I wasn't going crazy. I had been in a relationship with a narcissist. The discovery led me to researching the topic of narcissistic personality disorder, which resulted in my first ebook, Spiritual Recovery from Narcissistic Abuse. Although I wrote that book mostly for therapy for myself, it started to get a lot of attention. I hadn't realized how many people were suffering the effects of narcissistic abuse. People started contacting me and asking me questions, which led to my second book and the launch of NarcissismFree.com back in 2006. I've since continued to develop my work in narcissistic abuse. I wrote 2 more books, and back in 2009 I started a radio show which is now called Pandora's Box. I had a background in holistic psychology and clinical hypnotherapy, and on the request of my readers, I began offering counseling and hypnotherapy to those suffering the disabling effects of narcissistic abuse. Narcissistic abuse syndrome is used to describe people who have been in a relationship with someone who has narcissistic personality disorder. The narcissist in your life might be a friend, a relative, a significant other, a coworker, or a boss. By nature, someone who has narcissistic personality disorder is very selfish, focusing on their own needs and unable to consider the needs of others. They lack compassion and empathy and don't grasp the concept of walking a mile in another person's shoes. They don't consider how their actions and behavior affect another person. Narcissists have double standards. They can be highly flirtatious, for example, with someone of the opposite sex, but should you even talk to a member of the opposite sex, you would be shamed, scolded, and accused of things that are completely untrue. Narcissists are prone to rage, coming unglued when triggered, and lashing out at those closest to them. They project their own repressed shame, and they blame others for doing or feeling what they are doing or feeling. Because of their lack of awareness and inability to be responsible or accountable for their own thoughts, feelings, actions, or behavior, a narcissist will dump their unconscious feelings onto you and blame you for how they are feeling. They will shame you, devalue you, and discard you, immediately replacing you with someone they might perceive as being better. This process can happen pretty rapidly, leaving the target of their rage feeling confused, rejected, abandoned, frustrated, angry, helpless, hopeless, and suffering the effects of complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Often victims of narcissistic abuse don't know what hit them. They often don't understand what's happening to them or why they're feeling so lost, confused, and broken. The symptoms of complex post-traumatic stress disorder are really crippling, and most sufferers who don't yet understand they've suffered at the hands of a narcissist don't understand why they're feeling the way that they do. They go searching for answers, which often leads them to the discovery of this thing called NPD. It is this search that most often leads people to my door. People come here to learn more about NPD, CPTSD, and how to heal. My focus is very personal and spiritual. Although it's important to understand narcissistic personality disorder, in order to truly heal and recover, You need to take the focus off the narcissist and return it to yourself. This focus on self is so important as we explore what is going on in our own psyche, our unconscious mind and our conscious mind. If you're ruminating or obsessing about the narcissist, it's a sign that your focus is out there or you're stuck in thought. The solution is to reconnect with your feeling self and begin to create a safe place to allow your feelings to be there. Since NPD is described as being denial of feeling, the narcissist not only denies his or her own feelings of fear, frustration, anxiety, hatred, sadness, and grief, just to name a few, but denies those feelings in people closest to them. You might have grown up in an environment where your feelings were denied and repressed. It may have felt normal to have your feelings ignored, invalidated, and shamed. So when you step into a relationship with a narcissist, emotional repression in that relationship can feel normal. But emotional repression is not normal. And if you really want to heal and move away from narcissistic relationships, you need to reconnect with your emotions. Learn to validate them for yourself and surround yourself with people who validate how you feel. In your recovery, you will explore your inner world and get to know yourself and your inner child, who may be feeling very abandoned, rejected, and ignored. We find our spiritual connection through our connection to the inner child, because the child aspect of each one of us is the part of us that is truly authentic. The more you learn to love, nurture, and support the child within, the more self-love you develop, and the more you step into your authentic self. Narcissism Free offers articles, information, ebooks, and books in hard copy. Audio hypnosis programs are available, and I have a huge archive of radio broadcast and podcast through my show Pandora's Box. I also offer counseling, coaching, and hypnotherapy by phone or Skype, so wherever you are in the world, help is available to you right now. Also, please sign up for my newsletter to receive a free ebook, 7 Steps to Breaking Free from Narcissistic Abuse. Thank you so much for visiting, and I want to wish you the greatest success in your healing and recovery. You can do this. If I can do it, you can do it. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you next time.